Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at disneyplus.com. It's time for a quick Disney Plus news roundup. We're going to be talking about Elemental, also about a brand new British series called Culprits, and much more. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Okay, let's kick things off talking about Pixar's Elemental, which Disney has now announced when we can see it coming to digital and also physical platforms, including DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K. So we now know that the new film is going to be arriving on digital platforms to buy, which includes like Apple and Amazon, so you can buy it through them. That's going to be from August the 15th. It's then going to be coming out to buy on physical media on Tuesday the 26th of September. Now, if we look at what we've seen with some previous films this year, including the new Ant-Man and the Wasp film and Guardians of the Galaxy, what tends to happen is films are released on Disney Plus the day after the DVD release. And Disney will not announce this until much nearer the time. They want you to be buying the digital version. They want you to be pre-ordering the Blu-rays, etc. So they probably aren't going to announce this until we get into September. But my pure guess is going to arrive on the sort of 27th of September in the US and in Canada. Internationally, things might be a little bit different because the release schedule was a little bit different for this film. For example, they held it back a few weeks here in the UK. So we might not necessarily see it at the same time, but they might do. It depends. They're always a little bit iffy with release schedules. Things can speed up, speed down. But the film has done pretty well at the box office, considering it had a really dismal start and didn't really pull in a lot of money. But it has managed to claw up to over $400 million and globally, and which now means that it's kind of a success. It's higher than many other Pixar films, including Cars 3 and Good Dinosaur. Not maybe the best ones to compare to, but it's not at the bottom of the rung. And it took nearly twice as much as Lightyear, twice as much as Encanto, and about nearly 5 times as much as Strange World. That was an absolute flop, but nevertheless, yeah, so that's just an idea, no confirmation. They might leave a little bit longer. Now, I think we definitely now seeing Disney has kind of gone back to this window system where things are in cinemas much longer, then they go to digital, and then obviously then on Disney Plus is kind of considered the home video like / DVD release. So it's the last one to go through. Again, don't expect an announcement on this one for a few more weeks until at least the digital version has been out. I'm looking forward to watching it. I kind of missed it because by the time it was out like 3-4 weeks later, it kind of lost that kind of thing of like, oh, I'll get round to it, and just never really did. So I'm looking forward to watching this film because I've heard a lot of good things about it. But let me know, are you going to be picking up Elemental on digital or physical, or are you going to be waiting for Disney Plus like me? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. Disney has also released some new images from an upcoming British original series called Culprits. So this one's going to be coming out in autumn, so fall in the US. It's going to be coming to Hulu in the United States, and again Disney Plus around the world. Culprits will consist of 8 55-minute episodes and kicks off where most crime stories end, after a high-stakes heist when the crew of elite criminals have gone their separate ways and they try to leave their old lives behind. Past and present collide with a ruthless assassin starts targeting them one by one, and when they're being stalked, who is behind this mayhem? And will they be able to find one another in time to protect themselves and the ones they love? This series has got some big stars in here, including Eddie Izzard and also Gemma Arterton. So this one looks like it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we get to see trailer and stuff pretty soon. I am wondering whether or not they're going to do the binge drop method on this, or if they're going to stretch it out weekly. Personally, I feel like now with the whole thing going on with the strikes, stretching out is probably a good idea. Hopefully we get confirmation of a release date and a full trailer pretty soon. Can't imagine it's that far away, since I just saw the Christmas chocolates in the supermarket this morning and it's like, it's too early. But autumn and fall is coming. It's not that far away. But let me know, are you excited about Culprits? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, let's now talk about what's new on Disney Plus today, since it is Friday. Not a huge amount, no big originals or anything like that today, quite light. In the US, you got Rio 2, while internationally we got the Randall Scandal, a documentary all about some Vanderpump woman. I've got no idea what this is about. I'm sorry. I need to watch it. I watched it trying to go, I've got no idea what any of this is. I think it's a Bravo show. Yeah, if you're gonna watch it, let me know in the comments below. I probably should check it out, but I'll be honest, I've got no idea who any of this is, but let me know. Anyway guys, let's now jump into today's comment of the day. In our question of the day, which comes from Brenda, who said, I saw the other day there was a news article about Billy D. Williams, who's going to be starring in the upcoming Star Wars project. Do you think it's something to do with the Lando series, which Donald Glover Glover is now co-writing with his brother. I could imagine him being a narrator and briefly playing an older version of himself in some of the parts. What do you think? Okay, so this came about last week because Billy D. Williams kind of put out a teaser post on social media saying he's got something exciting coming and may the force be with you. Everyone kind of jumped to conclusions and thinking he's going to be in the as you said, in the Lando series, because there's been a lot of talk about that recently with Donald Glover and stuff. However, there was a few issues with that because first off, with the SAG strike on, he really wouldn't be able to promote him being in or make any announcements about him being in anything. So that was the first thing of which I was like, it can't be related to that because of this. He then announced the following day that his new book's going to be coming out next year. Now, I'll be honest, I saw him on stage at Star Wars Celebration during a panel, and he was not very well. He's well into his 80s, and he was really struggling answering questions. They would answer a question, and he would just start reading something about his book that he wants to do. And yeah, I do not feel he's probably in a state where he probably could do the narration stuff, or if he did, they would have to do so much editing. He probably could do it, but I mean, they're going to have to get on it quite quick because I think his health and stuff is deteriorating and stuff. It's just by my personal, having seen it with my own eyes, with that where he was, it's like I don't think he's going to be in much. But as I said, depending on how long this writer's strike goes on, whether or not we ever see this Lando series, I don't know. It might be a while off. With Donald Glover now writing it, it does. I mean, there's a good possibility, and it might be a nice way of maybe doing a bit of like you say, a narration stuff. But I don't know if he's going to be up to doing it. It's going to be a few years away, and as I said, I think his health is definitely deteriorating. Just seen it with my own eyes. But yeah, so that's. I know a lot of people got excited and was trying to link two and two together, but it was like. Yeah, I do not think this is what it is. But yeah, he ended up being just him plugging his book for next year, which he's allowed to do because that doesn't come under the SAG stuff. But yeah, so let's now jump into the next question. Nick says, I expect maybe by February or March, conservatively, we might have a radically different Disney Plus experience in the US. Respectively, I doubt it will take many years for that because I think Disney is extraordinarily anxious for it to happen. Oh yeah, I 100% agree with you that it's going to be a massive big change in the US, and yeah, Disney Plus is going to go through a radical change in the US when they add in that Hulu content. You know, I saw what happened when they launched Star internationally. I mean, that is now over 2 years ago, and it took a long time for people to get used to it. You know, especially on the internet, you know, you see people would be saying like, oh yeah, we watched, Grey's Anatomy or Family Guy. And, you get loads of comments about people going, you can't watch that on Disney Plus, it's for kids. You still get the odd one. But I think more people, especially within the Disney Plus community, are much more aware that internationally that's what's been going on. But yeah, I think it's going to be a big shock for a lot of people when it does. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird because every other streaming service does this. It's just Disney kind of, in the US, has kind of painted themselves into this whole of just being like for kids stuff. They've been putting stuff on there slowly. Well, I mean, really slowly. I think they probably should have done a little bit more as they go along. But I suspect once we know some more information, I'm hoping at the next quarterly results, we get a full update, maybe when it's coming, some actual proper details about it would be great. But yeah, it's going to be a big change next year for Disney Plus in the US. Hopefully then that'll go through. And I do think, Disney are anxious to get it done because they know that Disney Plus can't grow with its current system, and they need the Hulu content to kind of fill in, because essentially I view it, they've been trying to search for this magic thing of like what could fill for Marvel and Star Wars that will get adults excited, and it's here. It's already here. You've got it. You just have to put it in there and kind of stop maybe worrying about how people are going to react, because ultimately there's always going to be people reacting to everything. And if you separate it up enough and you put the parental controls in, most people will just come to expect that that's what it's like, and we'll get used to it. There wasn't really a big backlash or anything like that here in the UK and in other countries. There was a odd little comment I got, usually when something like, I think like Pam and Tommy or the Kardashians came out, there's a little bit more of a pushback. But generally, I think most people are used to it. It's like here in the UK, we'd get like The Walking Dead dropping every week, and like people kind of, The Walking Dead on this, yeah, we get this stuff. And you kind of, over the year, I think more and more people have just got used to it. So it's going to take a while to get used to, but I think in some ways Disney Plus in the US is in a slightly better situation, because that Hulu brand kind of gives them a bit of a shield to kind of say, oh, whoa, it's kind of Hulu and we're just giving you the option. So it's going to change, and then ultimately I think, yeah, we're going to see them merge together at some point. But again, let me know what you think. Are you excited for Hulu becoming available in Disney Plus? Love to hear your thoughts on all of this in the comments below. Go check us out over at what's on at disneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. And I shall see you guys soon. Laters.